We just finished the climb to Infinite the other day on my Smurf account, which is around 1270 collection level now. At the start of it, it was about 1100 collection level. One thing is that this account is facing the general pool of people. It is actually a really high MMR. It is facing some of the top MMR players, and we're using a deck that is mostly pool 2. There's one pool 3 card in this deck, and the current season pass card Zabu. Let's take a look at the deck and go into exactly what it's like. It is a Zabu Devil Dino list. So the whole point of this deck is to use Zabu to get out a lot of 4-drops, and then Devil Dino as just another big card to play out there. So it runs the Devil Dino cards Moon Girl and White Queen, which allow you to keep your hand size large for the dinosaur itself. So a lot of times you are just going to be copying your hand and then playing out 2 dinosaurs on the last 2 turns if you don't get a Zabu a lot of times. If you do end up drawing Zabu, you're able to still make that dinosaur play. You can play out Moon Girl and another card on turn 4, and then you can make the dinosaur play on 5 and 6. Or you could even use one of the 3 included tech cards and a 4-drop on top of another 4-drop that's not a tech card, on top of it on the final turn instead of another dinosaur. So we included Shang-Chi, Enchantress, and Cosmo to try and play around a lot of the different popular strategies right now. Cosmo allows you to beat a lot of the Surfer decks and other on-reveal decks that are kind of popular right now. Surfer being super popular right now, so almost a must include a lot of times. Shang-Chi, really good at any of the decks that are running any really large things like other dinosaur decks or any Shuri decks or any other cards that are trying to drop big stuff, any ramp decks. Enchantress, really good against any of the ongoing decks. Patriot, Cerebro also counters some of the opponents that run Zabu as well, since you can drop that down on their Zabu. It also lets you turn off your Lizard that's included in this list. So these bottom 4 cards are kind of like the good stuff cards. A lot of people would say, hey, why don't you put Sentinel in this deck? Sentinel could be included, but right now these 4 cards are pretty much just the best low-end curve that you could have. Sunspot, just a lot of value if you ever miss anything on curve. Becomes a pretty big card for a 1-drop. Scorpion is usually going to get you at least like a 2-5 worth of value. Similarly, Lizard is 2-5 a lot of the time. Iceman, you might not see the value of it from your perspective, but if you've ever had Iceman played against you, you can understand how strong it is, because a lot of times you're like, oh man, the one card I want to play out is too big now. Too much energy to play out because the Iceman me and I'm just stuck with this card in my hand. And that happens a lot. So it feels almost like you can't see the effect from your side, but it does affect people, and it is a strong card. Crossbones included in this deck, just because that is what we had access to when we were making this deck. There weren't too many other pool 3 cards that I've had access to at the time, but it's definitely a replaceable card. If you don't have any pool 3 cards, you can put in like a Jessica Jones. You just want to put in another 4-cost card that has a lot of stats, so anything that is high in stats. So if we take a look at what is available, there is other cards like Rockslide that you can play out, and other cards like Rescue is possible, and Drax I think are pretty good cards that you could replace that with if you want something pool 3 that you might already have access to. One of the benefits of Crossbones is that it is a guaranteed 4/8. One of the stipulations though is that you have to be winning the lane, so you can't play it into any lane that you're currently losing, so you have to be a little bit more deliberate with how you're going to play it out. You have to try and win lanes a little bit earlier to try and play that out with it. So you have to take that into consideration. But yeah, that is the main idea behind this deck. You want to just play out your low end curve, play the Zabu if you have it. You want to generally hold your Cosmo and not play it on turn 3. It's generally not good to tempo it out. It's generally like played out on a later turn to try and win extra cubes from your opponent, or try and block one of their big on reveal plays. Wait for a Wong to be played out. Wait for their Silver Surfer lane to kind of be more apparent where they might have to play it. Similar to like Shang-Chi and Enchantress, you're going to hold on to those cards until a later turn and try and surprise your opponent with those. Sometimes you can get an early Shawn if they played out an early big card, like cheated something out, or if there was like a Monster Island. But generally you're going to be wanting to hold these cards back for the Surprise play. These are the stats that we had on our Climb to Infinite. As you can see, we had 372 games, which with an average cube rate of 0.76. We had a win rate of 61%. Typically, our climb is a little bit better than this. It was a little bit more difficult of a climb than normal, just because of all the new Zabu stuff that came out, which really took a little bit of adjusting to and getting an understanding around. Also, we had our own limitations this season where we were trying to play with mostly pool 2 and under. So playing obviously an optimized pool 3 deck is going to net you a little bit higher of a win rate. But still, this deck is very, very strong and very climbable all the way to Infinite. We did it in just 2 streams, so just 2 play sessions, and that was it. And that's how we got there. 372 games. You can see here, though, our concede rate, only 15%. A lot of people are telling you to concede every single game, that you look lost. I think that's not necessarily the case, because you have to also take into consideration your opponent. So your opponent a lot of times might also not have the best plays to play out. And sometimes they don't understand that you're running certain tech cards, especially in this deck. This deck being very tech card heavy, you can swing some games that look lost on the last turns. So I would recommend staying in more often than not. One thing to note as well is, like, you can concede a lot of games early, but then you're just basically that tight poker player at the table that's just waiting for the one big payout, and you're going to get the really small marginal gains, and you're not going to have a very high average cube rate, since you're going to be just retreating a lot and losing 1 cube over and over and over again. So if you want to up your average cube rate, you want to increase the efficiency of your climb, you're not going to want to concede too much, I would say. You want to concede just the right amount when you have really negative EV in those games. But you have to really think, does my opponent have the best cards every time? No, they don't. So you have to think from that perspective as well, that even though you might have a bad draw, your opponent might also have a bad draw. So stay in more games, especially if you have a winning deck like this one. That's going to net you over a 60% win rate. Definitely consider conceding less. Let's go take a look at a few of the games that got me these stats on my climb up there. These games I just played on stream. You can check out the whole VOD over on my Twitch channel, which is down here below. Make sure if you're not already subscribed to this channel, you should definitely subscribe. Why aren't you subscribed? Why aren't you subscribed yet? You know, that's the question. You like watching this content? Definitely subscribe. If you don't like watching this content, what are you doing here in the first place, you know? If you made it this far into the video and you're still watching, and then you're like, hey, wait, I didn't subscribe yet, maybe you should subscribe. Subscribe. All right, enjoy the games. See you guys in the next one. I can't remember the words to it. Darkwing Duck lyrics. Daring Duck of Mystery, Champion of Right, swoops out of shadows. I can't even remember how the tune of this goes. When there's trouble, you call DW. Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous. Yeah, that's what it is. I remember. When it comes to Ducks, I don't remember DuckTales. Yeah, DuckTales was obviously great. Where's Scrooge McDuck? That's how this whole conversation started. Our hand kind of got wrecked. Should I read Stormlight Archives first or Mistborn? I'm the wrong person to ask because I've only read Enchantress, and then I'm starting Mistborn right now. Supposedly Mistborn is the first thing you should read, according to Brandon Sanderson, though. According to the man himself. Well, that was nice of him. Play a dinosaur. Mistborn is finished, so that helps, with Stormlight is better. How many Mistborn books are there? We can only play 1 card. We play this over here. It's 2 power, but he could play Brood, especially if he's sniping us. I feel like he's gonna play Brood. Watch chat. I'll get the sub. Watch us be Brood. Oh, it's Cosmo. Oh? Do we win this? Woo! Wait, Legion? Oh, you're talking about not the FX show. You're talking about Legion from... There, have you read the King Killer Chronicles? No. Is that also Sanderson? I've only read literally Mistborn. Not Mistborn, I haven't even read Mistborn. You know, in case he plays Air, I'm gonna play into here. Well, that's a free kill. Kinda sucks. Enchantress. So we can play Arrow this turn, so we have to play Devil Dino over here. Don't read name. Oh, I did read Name of the Wind. I read the first book of Name of the Wind. You got Moon Girl, which means he might have dinosaurs. We're emptying our hand doing this. If he plays leader, we lose, right? He maybe plays leader to the left, though. Looks like we might have lost. Oh! Got him. What's a replacement for Zabu? I mean, this is a Zabu deck, so I would not recommend replacing Zabu. If you replace Zabu, you're just going to make a dinosaur list. Derek, could you do a book reading stream? I'm terrible at doing voices. I feel like to be a good book reader, you have to be able to do voices. Broad, I've said this many times. You just replace those with Baron Mordo, Black Bolt, and wait, is he Cerebro 2? Chad, is he Cerebro 2? And he just played onto Mirror Island? Oh, he's Patriot. He's Patriot though. Oh, we took over priority? Chad, are we gifting a sub? We might be gifting a sub here. Cause we took over priority on accident. I should have played Raid? Wait, was there a raid? Oh, Hell Hero. What's up, man? Thanks for the raid, man. I appreciate it. Welcome in all the Hell Hero viewers. Appreciate you guys. Hope you had a good stream. How goes the snap? We're almost infinite. We're very close. We're like 6. This is our Smurf account. We got our main account to infinite. Now we're doing our Smurf. We're like 6 cubes off or something like that. Yeah, we rated Hell Hero like like a week ago or something. If you guys want to check them out, give them a follow. Enchantress. It's gonna suck when this is Patriot Mystique, right? Oh, I think we actually win this, right? Because of Sunspot tick? Nice. Victory. We got Boomer. Oh, alright, I guess we're snapping. Just start ending the turn, man. Let's go. Fast game. Come on. End your turn. Oh no, we're drawing rocks. This is so bad for us. I guess rocks make our Sunspot get a tick, so it's not that bad. Okay. Clogging up middle, I like it. Oh, he plays out Zabu for you on turn 3? Alright. Oh, nice, okay. Not on Lushigia, I like it. You could have Enchantress Zabu, that would have been okay for me. Oh, we can Enchantress the Darkhawk. Come on. Come on, Enchantress. Yeah! Come on. Can you retreat on Ego? No, you can't retreat. It's not possible. Come on. Alright, play left. Okay, that's not left. Alright, well he has to play mid, so. Yeah, I mean, I has to. I mean, he might play mid. We did it, chat! Never retreat on Ego.